You have entered the Plumbing Business Success Zone, teaching entrepreneurs the business of plumbing. This is Potty Talk Live, recorded live every week. Turn on notifications to never miss an episode. Now your host, Richard Bainey, the $1 Million Plumber.
Hey, plumbing pros, welcome to the 344th episode of Potty Talk Live. Hey there, I'm your host, Richard Bainey, the $1 Million Plumber, along with my co-host, the lovely Laura, where we're talking the business of plumbing, how to systemize, stylize, and most importantly, monetize your plumbing business. And we got a great episode for you. The Masters are in the house.
Our favorite episodes.
Yes, I love when we have the Masters in. Now, the Masters are those that have been through, they've gone through the MDP Academy and all that. They've gone from being, one truck to multi-truck, even building a multi-million-dollar plumbing business. So they've been where you're at and beyond, okay? So they're actually in...
They're $1 million plumbers.
Yeah, they're going through it, okay? So tonight we're going to talk about how to create raving fans.
Yes.
The whole idea of, customer retention. And so we just don't want customers, we want raving fans.
Of course.
All right, so we're going to talk about that.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's a good one. All right. Hey, it's good to have you here as well.
Yes. Hey,
all right,
everybody.
glad you're here. Hey, for those that have been around the block here, you know the routine. If you're watching live, please type live in the comments. Let us know that you're watching live. If you're catching the replay, please type replay. Let us know you caught the replay. And if you're listening to the podcast, which we have over on all the podcast thingamajiggies. You can get them on anything, okay?
We're
everywhere.
Term. We're everywhere.
We're
You're
everywhere.
You're everywhere. Yes.
You know what to do, all right, if you're listening. Just keep on listening.
And make sure you do subscribe. If you are listening on the podcast, subscribe. We're all, Google, iTunes, Spotify, all the things. All the things. Bobby's in the house. The Jersey Boys.
Jersey Boys is in the house. Good to have you here, Bobby. Jill's in the house.
Hi, Jill.
Good to have you here as well. All right.
And I'm just making sure. There we go. So happy Monday, everybody.
Yeah, it is
we
a good
were off
Monday.
last week.
I know, we were all, in more ways than one.
Why?
Well, we were just kind of...
No,
we weren't,
last Monday. We were in Cancun.
We were in Cancun. I know, we were off.
Oh.
We were, all right, we weren't off. We were off Potty Talk Live.
Okay,
we were off
the
MDP.
Country.
Right, we were off the country. Okay. We were even off our rocker a little bit, going a little crazy in Cancun, if you know what I mean, with the lovely Laura.
It was very fun.
I had a good time, baby.
Nice and hot.
But good to be back.
Hi, Jordan.
We discovered, we're all about here, as we talk about, how to build, all right, a $1 million plumbing business while having a life too. So, we talk about creating what we call this freedom lifestyle. Well, it occurred to us, we've been living the freedom lifestyle for some time, but it occurred to us this past week that we've arrived at the freedom lifestyle because we're in this beautiful resort.
That's right.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. All right. Live from Gulf Shores. Hey, Aaron. All right.
Nice. Good
so we're in this beautiful resort, 5-star resort, palm trees, clear water, pool.
The water was gorgeous.
Plenty of tequila to go around.
Yeah, no.
Okay. All right. Where you had your thing, whatever. And we're just relaxing. And we had a great time. Very friendly.
Yes.
After all this silliness going on, you could tell that the locals really wanted to have, people back, tourists, and were overly friendly. I mean, I just think everybody was friendly.
Oh, yeah. It was awesome.
I mean,
it was
everybody.
Awesome service. Yes.
So it was great service. But we wound up coming home early.
By about fourth day, by the fourth day, we were like, all right, you ready to go home?
Yeah, we're having a day. That's right. Let's go home. And that's the freedom lifestyle. Kick up because anytime we can go there anytime. But we live, as we've written, as you know, in the Success Academy, and the guys out there were talking about your daily GPS. For years, we wrote in our daily GPS because even when we would travel and stuff, we always went with this palm trees and water. And so we wanted to live on the water with palm trees and all that kind of stuff.
Well, we're bluegrass plumbing and
that's our thing. We're there.
That's what we do.
So it's like...
But it was nice to get away for a little bit.
It is. It's always good to get away. It's kind of fun.
And Cancun, they really did roll out the red carpet for tourists. So Lance needs a trip again. Okay.
In fact, we're getting ready. We have our clients and everybody's coming down
in May.
Our
May.
coaching clients are coming down in May.
That's always a fun time.
We have a good time. But I think you're wanting to plan something
for the fall. Yes.
For the fall,
I figured right around hurricane season makes the most sense.
Why not? We live dangerously.
For those that don't know, last MDP trip to Cancun, we did get caught in a Category 5 hurricane.
Direct hit. Direct hit.
So my
Category
thought is,
5.
it can't happen again. It's like lightning, right?
I fear, yeah, we got right.
Yeah,
so what are the odds?
There's zero chance that
Cut to.
a hurricane will happen to us again.
Oh,
anyway, so
was
tonight,
good.
what are we doing? We're talking about...
Well, tonight we're talking about how to create raving fans. Hey, question for you. Let's get our question up there.
Let's do it.
What percentage of your business is repeat customers? So let me know what percentage of your repeat
Yes.
of your business repeat customers
Is repeat customers.
Okay, and if you don't know, you should know.
You should know.
Okay, that is a number we want to track. Okay,
And Service Titan, that's something, if anybody uses Service Titan, I know that's something that you can track in Service Titan as well to see exactly where the calls are coming from.
You know, Harvard Business Review says that it's up to 25% cheaper to retain customers.
Than to gain.
To keep and retain those customers than it is to get new customers.
Wow. Oh,
So
okay.
I'm gonna ask our masters if that's true. Actually, the ones that have been in the in the trenches.
Yeah.
If they think that's true. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. I just caught that. Who just said no other way to live but dangerously?
That's I think it was Aaron.
Okay, I like that. Aaron. All right. There we go. You were created to live dangerously.
That's right.
All right, men. You were created to be dangerous. All right.
Men were created to have
Correct
an
is
adventure.
90%.
Okay, I'm off.
Well, that's 90, that may not be necessarily.
Ooh, that's not good, Craig.
That's not necessarily good.
So we'll
talk about it. It's good to have that repeat, but
yes.
okay.
But yeah.
Good.
So I guess there's no right or wrong answer other than 90%.
Well, that tells
Or
me
100%.
the phone. Right. We need the new coming in.
New
Right.
stream of
Right.
clients coming in for sure. Yes. What was ours? Do you recall?
No, I never kept track of it. No, that's not true. No, we were around that 15%. I mean, we go 15, 20%. You know,
Okay. Yeah, I don't
right?
remember.
18. I mean, but we were always kind of in that
220,
range.
221, whatever
Right.
it takes.
Whatever it takes. So we were always, and there is no real right, but it is cheaper, and repeat customers spend more. They've already opened. Because the whole thing is to get them to open their wallet. I mean, that's all this is. You know, once they trust you.
No longer trust you.
Right.
They open their wallet
Okay.
more readily.
All right.
Right.
Yep.
So.
Well, let's get at it. You have any? You want to answer
no,
anything?
I'm looking at some 50%, 70%, 70%. So.
That means you're reliant on past. Yeah, that's that would make me. I'd be a little nervous about that. We want those new customers calling in, but you still want repeat customers.
Definitely.
Okay. So there we have. Okay. Hey, let's find out. Maybe
see what they
maybe
say.
I'm full of crap. Let's
Yes,
get the
very.
masters in. They're actually dealing with it. Okay. You never know. All right. Let's bring our masters in. So there we go.
There they are.
Look at our masters.
There's our
there.
masters. Don't they look like masters?
Yeah, they do.
These guys.
Look at those good-looking faces. Hey, we'll start around the top here. We got Mr. Danny Penn, founder, owner, New Era Plumbing. We're doing great, man. Good to see you. Out of Boston, Massachusetts. Looking good. All right. He's killing it there in Boston. All right. In the box below, Mr. Penn. All right. We have Mr. Ron Blevins, Pristine Plumbing, out of Indianapolis, Indiana, our hometown. Yes.
Wait, what's Jim Neighbor's song?
Back home again in Indiana.
There we go.
Ba-ba-boo, ba-boo, ba-boo. And then next to him, we have Mr. Matt Garfold, GI Plumbing, out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. All right, Matt. Good to see you, brother.
Yes, and these guys are masters again. Just to reiterate, all these guys have been through the MDP program. They've been private coaching clients of ours, and they're all $1 million plumbers and beyond now. So they started not there.
Right.
How's that?
That's right. No, they're right. But they're there now and beyond and going beyond.
Yes.
In fact, we're already talking about selling the businesses. And we were just having that conversation in the green room before the show. All right. So, guys, hey, thank you for being on, guys.
Yes,
here.
thank you, guys.
Hey, I know.
Hey, we've got a London.
All right.
Somebody's amazing. You have helped me build a great business. That's fantastic. I wish I could pronounce your name.
Thank you. Thank you, mate.
Lockenven.
All right. Good to have you here.
So it's a mate over across the pond.
Good.
Right?
Well, listen up to these guys, because these guys are going to help you even build your business more. Hey, you guys hear me? I know you could hear in the green room. You heard me say, we're talking about, is it easier to get customers or to keep customers? in your opinions, what is it? Easier to keep or to get new customers?
Easier to keep.
You need to keep?
To keep for sure.
You sure?
Yeah, absolutely. Cheaper too.
Cheap, that's better.
Very
Definite.
cheaper.
Right.
Yeah.
So why is that? Give us an example. What's a real life example? Or
Because once you start building trust with the customer, it's just they trust you, and when they trust you, they will buy. Well, they want your service, but you have to also put the work in as well to keep those customers.
yeah,
Like
Yep.
giving
I
something
mean,
to
you've
them.
already spent you've already spent money to get into that customer's house. You have to do everything you possibly can so you don't have to spend it a second time.
yeah. So speaking of the money's the big thing. Now this is some time back. Remember back a year, 2 years ago, when the idea, okay, I want to get customers. Okay, you've built, you have some repeat customers. So 100% of your business could be repeat, but that's the same 10 customers that you have, right? Do you remember the emotion? What was it like for those that are starting out? We have those, you're talking to those that are starting out, the idea of spending money to get customers. Do you remember how that felt and what were your fears?
Well, we didn't want to do it.
That's right.
We didn't want to do it.
I know, right.
But
Almost have a heart attack when you see that bill.
Right.
right.
So,
But I think for me, I had to realize, and it took me a while, that sometimes not every customer is your customer, though, because you can get the customers that you think, oh, they're calling me back, but yet these are the customers that you don't want. And as you go along in your plumbing business further, you will understand that.
yes.
Because you can put your customer and say, hey, I don't want you to be my customer because you're not my customer that I want.
Yes. So that was that is a lesson to learn. That not every customer is your customer. Just because they've spent money with you or rake you over the coals to get that deal, and you had to work, doesn't mean you're a customer for life. So that brings the question up: what are some mistakes that you made starting out when it came to trying to keep customers and repeat customers?
Thinking that
Yeah, go ahead, Matt.
thinking that the cheaper price you give them, the best deal you give them is going to keep them calling. When in reality, you're not creating a raving fan. You're not even doing that customer a service. The cheapest is not the best solution.
Yes. That's Matt. That is a nugget there, guys. Matt just threw down a nugget there, nugget of gold, because that was in our experience. 18 years of truly being focused on the customer experience ourselves, being focused and being all about it. I can't recall the customers that we've been over backwards to give that deal for and that break that wound up being long-time customers. They just sucked everything they could out of us and then moved on down the road.
And then they wanted to complain.
Right.
You did my job
I
2
agree
years
with
ago.
that.
How come your price is higher?
Yeah. I love Danny. Since you're here, I don't want to mean to throw you under the bus or that kind of thing. I love how Danny Penn here. One time you explained in our group, we talk about customer complaints, and you bring that up about price. I remember your response one time was, I didn't sell you the water heater. I gave you the water heater for free. I charged you for our service and taking care of you today. So
Correct.
the water
That's
heater
what
was
they're
when they
paying
were.
for.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Danny.
I'm sorry, go.
No.
I said that's what they're paying for. They're paying for your professional, your premium, your service. That's what they're paying for.
Right.
The parts are free.
Yeah.
That's what it really is.
The parts
That's
are
what it
right
comes down
there.
to. And how can when you say that to a customer, how can they argue with that?
Right.
This is true. You can definitely get somebody cheaper.
Yeah.
But we won't be the company for you.
Right.
It's not us.
And that's a race we don't want to win. To the bottom.
Race to the bottom.
Right. But
Or the funny one is when a customer says, "Look, it's all right there. It's easy." Well, why'd you call me then?
right, exactly. I like how what Micah said here. The promise of future work for the best price.
Yes.
Biggest mistake a lot of people make.
Yes, and
Amen,
we
Mike.
made it in the beginning too. I don't know,
We
if,
made-
like a contractor. Okay, I'll give you this house if you give me, a great deal, right? If you give me your cheapest price, and then you can have all my houses.
Or the rental property guys,
Yes.
You take care of this, and I'll give you all of our rental properties.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. And it never happens. Okay.
Yes.
Those aren't fans. Those are bloodsuckers.
Yeah, where they don't appreciate the value,
No,
right?
no, they don't.
Right.
Right.
And that's what you're selling is value. Danny's right. You're not selling a water. I almost said hot water tank.
Ooh.
A water heater. You're not selling a water heater. Sorry, see, you're not selling a water heater. You're selling the service, the value. We got it installed today.
Right.
Hot water, right?
But I think to go after the idea of going after raving fans, I think Danny, it's that mind shift of I didn't charge you for the parts. So you don't get into argument. Hey, I can get that water heater at Home Depot for whatever. I gave it to you for free. I'm charging you for this.
Yeah.
Right.
For those of you that are watching, give that a try. Next time the customer has a complaint about
Right.
price. Let's see. James says, "I have learned in my 5 months of being in business that contractors are the worst."
It is. They don't value. They don't value you.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with them. They're just doing what they do. They
Right.
value the lowest price. That's their job.
That's their job.
To get the lowest price.
Yes.
Okay.
Toby, he's on social media. The best way for a new plumber to build brand and gain customers, before and after pictures.
Yep.
So social media is free, right? So that's
Right.
an inexpensive way to get started. But you need your LSAs and your GMB too.
Yes.
For sure. So, Alex, many landlords and maintenance companies are more like leeches than customers. They suck you dry and then they move on. Yes.
Can you guys nod your heads with that? You guys agree with that? Right.
Well, we all did it, right? I mean,
Right.
all you guys started out, I'm sure, with contractors or, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Contractors. Yeah.
Yeah.
How long did
I
it
thought
take
that's
you?
where the money is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Right. Right.
Danny, if I remember, you did a lot of new construction in the beginning,
Oh yeah,
right?
a lot. Yeah.
Same here. We dropped it all the bad habit the day we signed up with you guys.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
How's that worked out for you? Please, I hope it's positive. I should ask. You should know the answer to the
Sure, know
question.
the answer to the question.
7 vans later, and I'm sitting in a comfy chair. It all worked out pretty
There
good.
we go. All right.
And
Yeah.
seven trucks later, and that's just been in the last 14 months, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good
Once
growth.
you put these, you get these.
And all residential.
Yep. All right. Hey, I want to bring you guys back here in a moment. We're going to talk about actually how you create raving fans, okay? But
Yes.
I got a giveaway here for those that are watching, whether you're watching live or watching the replay or listening to the podcast. I want to give you my free blueprint, okay? My MDP blueprint. Where in it I have all the specs that you got to know, okay?
gotta know.
It sounds self-serving, but you got to know these specs. Just like when you're plumbing a house, you got to know the specs, right? These are the specs that you've got to know if you're looking to build a successful, self-sustaining, keyword this, self-sustaining and very profitable plumbing business. I lay it all out in there for you in my blueprint, and it's free. Simply type free in the comments or go to themilliondollarplumber.com/free and grab your free copy. All right, there you have it.
Okay.
All
So
right.
I'm just looking at some of the comments here. Amanda wants to know, when we bring them back on, she has a question for Danny. But yeah.
Okay, well,
and also, guys, give us some thumbs up and love bombs and all that.
yeah, help us get the word out here.
Yeah.
Share us,
Because
okay?
Facebook likes engagement and all those things, right? So it certainly
Okay.
does help with the algorithm to
All right, so help us be able to speak with others and more.
Correct.
All right, I know with the guys, we're not all, I'm not sitting here on my thing giving out hearts. That's just not something I do.
Yeah?
Right.
Well, you
so
can give
guys,
a hug.
give me some love, man. Okay, give me some love. All right.
You could do a hug
do
or
the male
even a mean
thing,
face.
okay?
If you want to
All
do a
right.
mean face, whatever.
Okay.
It,
All right.
it all helps.
Hey,
So-
let's bring our masters back in. Okay, Mr. Danny Penn, New Era Plumbing, Boston, Massachusetts. Ron Blevins, Pristine Plumbing out of Indianapolis, Indiana. Matt Garfold, GI Plumbing out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Masters are in the house. All right, so we've talked a little bit about the mistakes we made. We've all made those mistakes, okay? It is cheaper to keep a customer, okay? It can be a lot cheaper. That goes right to the bottom line, all right? What are some things that you do to... We're not talking about just creating happy customers. You know, no one wakes up in the morning and wants to call a plumber, right? We all realize that. And so they don't want to really be calling us and all that. But what are the things we can do to not just create happy customers, but create raving fans where they want to brag about, well, we use GI plumbing. Well,
Right.
I can't believe what my plumber did.
Right.
You know, in a good way.
Right. So we want to hear stories. We want to hear some of the things that you consistently do, things you've kind of gone out of your way and done something unique. How are you creating raving fans? Anybody go?
Yeah, so I'll start. You know, first and foremost, it all starts from the beginning. You know, and our mission statement is to provide the greatest customer experience to ever exist. You know, so your team has to believe in it. Your guys can't go out there and fake it. You know, you got to have core values and the guys live by them. But some of the things we do that we're starting to implement is Taco Tuesdays. I bought each of my guys just something the customer remembers. I bought each of my guys sombreros and maracas. And when they finish and they come to close out the job, they bring, you know, they shake it or they wear a hat and they give the customer a $10 Taco Bell gift card for Taco Tuesday, just for booking on a Tuesday. Yeah, just something to remember. You know?
That'll stick out in their minds, right?
Yes.
For sure. That's a really good idea.
It's fun and unique. You know, people like tacos, and it's not something you expect from your plumber.
Right.
Guys, it ain't about plumbing.
It's not about the plumbing.
It ain't about the plumbing. They expect us to do that right. So for us to spike the football because we finished the plumbing job, that's nothing. All right. You know, but
Danny,
I love that Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday. Danny, what about New Era? What does New Era do?
So we make it a priority where we have our technician before they get dispatched to the job site, they have to call the customer and just ask them, "Hey, we're on our way. We're like 20 minutes away. We're just grabbing Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks. Would you, anybody in your home, want anything?" So you'll be building that relationship already. Or of like lunchtime, we ask, "Hey, we're stopping by and getting a sub, but do anybody in your home want anything?" So we're creating that relationship. Then after, when we get there, we listen. Don't rush through the calls. Listen to the concern. Build that relationship. You know, because you can't rush everything. Listen to them. Ask them what they're doing. How was their weekend, or how was their day, basically. And remember their name. Don't say, "Hey, where's your wife?" Like, know her name.
Right.
Like,
That's right.
like know the kid's name. Like, know the dog's name if they have a dog. That's what they like to do. Like, you know, build that relationship. And then after that, when we present solutions to them, have them decide. And once you do the job, you know, we just ask them, are you satisfied with everything? You know? Then after that, our office and a CSR will write like a thank you card, and we'll give out gift cards as well. And what we're trying to do too now is getting with our local like restaurants like in town, and then buying gift cards. And then every job that we do, we will send it out with a thank you card, handwritten, because it just shows more value versus just a generic like printout, you know. So
Right.
and,
Nice.
and if they have kids, we give like pop-ups or coloring books. Like, that's the stuff that we do for our customers.
Do you guys have coloring books, Danny?
Yes, just a single page, nothing crazy. Well,
Is it
we're going to
with
be making a book, but we just have a sheet.
Yeah, I thought
it Brody?
weren't you looking to do like a new
Brady?
era
Is it Brady?
with Brady or Brody or whatever?
Brody,
Yeah,
yeah.
Brody,
yeah,
that's
Brody,
it.
your guy, and you know, it's kind of a superhero kind of a guy.
Yeah. So if you didn't, and New Era's got a great brand, New Era Plumbing. So if anybody wants to check it out, they've got a really good. Everybody here does, but they've got a character that's kind of a superhero kind
right.
of guy. So yeah, that would
All
be
right.
good on a coloring book.
I
for
love
sure.
that. And you know, and really, we look at this. Well, that has nothing to do with plumbing. Well, that's the point. It has nothing to do with plumbing. It's an experience. What we're really selling is an experience. Okay, we're not selling fixing plumbing.
No.
Okay, we're selling an experience. And who pays for that experience?
Customer.
Generous.
All right, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if we know the answer to that one. I kind of no, these guys do. All right, customer pays for everything. It's just it's part of your marketing. Okay.
Yep. What
And
about
it's
you?
not just
oh,
the
go ahead,
one.
Matt.
Nope.
No,
Go
go
I
ahead.
ahead.
was just gonna say it's not just one particular thing either. I mean, you guys, this can be a 2-hour show if you really wanted to on how to actually. It is a whole drawn out process that starts from the second you answer the phones to the second you leave the job and close it out. I mean, there is so much stuff that you have to be done and from start to finish in order to create that raving fan. You know, it's great to have the Taco Tuesdays and the Kellering books, but you really have to figure out what works and nail down your own process for your customers so they can say, wow, I never expected that from a plumbing company.
Exactly.
Right.
It's exactly what you want to have someone say.
And Ron, well, what does Pristine do? What's something unique or something you're focused on? I know you have a love. You support a couple different things and that kind of stuff.
Sure. That is one thing that we do. Make sure you get involved with local, companies in your community. What I found here lately that's really powerful for us is the day after we go out there, I will call them, or a service manager will call the customer and make sure, I don't care if it's a $59 just a call that we came out and we got nothing for it, just to make sure that there was no confusion and to make sure the technician did everything correctly, that they don't have any questions that we didn't answer for them. We also give gift bags out and things like that.
What's in the
we've
gift
had
bag?
customers, candy, there's chocolate, there's flowers sometimes. So
Doesn't love chocolate.
yeah. My biggest thing though is communicating with the customer, but also customers want to feel like they are the number one customers. Even though you might have thousands of customers, they want to feel like they're always getting treated in a way that nobody else is. So that personal attention, whether that's even like a pristine promise, for example, this is a way to get customers. You can sell the 1 year, just pay one time. But if you sell that monthly one, they're always going to have pristine in their mind every month because it comes out of their card.
Right.
So they're constantly thinking about that. So
Yes.
just little things like that go a long way, I think.
Yeah, Pristine. What is it? Pristine Promise. That's your membership.
That's your membership
your
maintenance.
service.
Service
So
agreement.
we'll come out once a year. We'll check all the plumbing out, flush the water heater, basically anything like that. And we'll even bring your mail up to you or your newspaper. Well, you don't have a newspaper anymore, but always wear your booties. Like those things really are so important.
Yes.
Our guys also take pride in, we use a rug. So when we go down in there, we put the rug on so that the area that they're working in is cleaner when we leave it.
Yes.
Perfect.
When we go. So,
Yes.
So
It's all part of the experience.
Right.
Right. It's
And
great
I know
experience.
that's something, I don't know who mentioned it here, but I may be mad at this whole experience. You have to hit every one of these points. So everyone on your team has to be on. And so you got to have your team focused on doing these kinds of things. It can't be that we're friendly on the phone and then our guy gets out there and decides just because I'm not normally friendly that I just don't give a whatever. So I'm going to do. We've lost it, that kind of a thing. And so I know each one of you guys, because I know that you have your guys focused on that and you remind them. We had to remind our guys for 18 years, every Monday, here's what we do. All right, remember, say thank you.
This week's the same.
Wear your footies. It was just every week, just to remind them we're still doing this. Okay, And what I love, the good news, is there's never been a better time to stand out from the crowd, because I swear the service mentality has just left the building.
Yes.
It's like it's very rare now
to
that
get
people,
quality service.
since the whole all this, it's broken the idea of serving people. So that it's you can almost be not 100% at it, and you can
still
stand
be
out.
better. Yeah.
Right.
If you've flown on an airline anytime recently, you'll know exactly what we're talking about. Right. Service is gone. So yeah, creating raving fans it should be easier, for sure.
Ron, I was mentioning, with the idea of calling back the customer, we do that as well. I remember, did you feel this way? The idea, I was afraid I'd open up a hornet's nest. There was fear that, because just like when we talk about when we're taking the call, like when we take the phone call, the initial call, at the end, we don't ask, well, do you have any more questions? It's like once we get a book, we hang up.
Yeah, hang up.
We're not going to, do you have any more questions? Because they will. And it's not questions we want to answer at that time. Well, so it's the same thing of calling back. My initial fear was, I call back, it's going to be pelted with all these problems. But I found that not to be the case.
How about you, Ron?
What about you?
For me, it holds your technicians accountable a little bit,
Right.
because they know that if I hear something that you didn't do, I want to know why.
Right.
But you would also be surprised how many calls you can capture, because a simple question they had was a confusion, and then I answered it, and they're like, "Oh, well, that's the case. Let's do it." Like just things like that. So,
Yes.
Like Toby here. You guys see what Toby does? My new
Promotion is giving
is-
animal lovers
Yeah.
that are customers a certificate that can make a donation to a cat charity, cat for cat people, and dog charity for dog people. Tremendous response. Yeah, especially because people love their animals, their pets, right?
Right.
So yeah, that's really good, Toby. Good for you.
Yep.
And then you're also giving back. Yeah, go ahead, Danny.
I'm sorry to cut.
Nope, you're good.
This is probably off topic, but speaking of, like, no, we don't want to walk away with with the evaluation fee or diagnostic fee. But what we started doing, and one of our customers said, "Wow, you guys really do something like that?" So, we charge $99 or $89. We just told them, "Where do you want to donate it to?" And he's like, "What?" He was just so confused. I'm like, "Yeah, where do you want to donate it to?" Then he said he want to donate it to St. Jude. And we're like, "Yeah, so we're going to donate it tomorrow. And then we're going to send him a letter with St. Jude saying thank you for donation." Because what am I going to do with $89 or $99? It's nothing.
That's
Like,
brilliant.
it's really not. It's just going to be
That's
a bad
really good.
review. But we're going to give a donation. So they pick they're going to pick where they wanted to donate it. But make sure you do it, though.
Right.
Love that.
Good idea.
That is good.
That's a really good idea.
Danny
Yeah.
popping.
Which shows,
Moms.
ultimately we're trying to build a
Nuggets.
relationship with these customers, right? And getting them to trust us, and that it's not just all about money. They know we want to sell our work, and they do, and they don't want to spend any money with a plumber. So that kind of a thing, just showing, we'll take this, and wherever you want to, that's great stuff. And that winds up turning into not just a happy customer,
A raving fan.
but a raving fan. I can't believe that's this is how this company operates,
Right.
and that's.
And I like too, Danny, what you said about calling ahead of time and we're stopping at Starbucks or whatever. I would assume most people will say, "No, that's fine, I'm good." But you've established a relationship,
A human
right?
connection.
Connection from the very beginning over food,
Right.
right? So
Which goes a long way in the sales process. When we get all wrapped up in the sales, trying to make these guys salesmen. It's just a relationship. They're already sold. If they've called you, the customer's already sold. It's just us screwing it up. Okay? So it's just doing these kinds of things which builds, trust. Customers purchase from those they know, like, and trust.
Yes.
And if you can really build that sense so they know you and you really feel that they like you, which is going to be ultimate trust, that leads to creating a raving fan that's not just going to want to, they're going to want to brag about you.
I want to ask you guys too, because I know we're getting ready to wrap up. We're talking to an awful lot of plumbing business owners, most that are probably one or two trucks, right, just starting out, where you guys were, a few months ago or a few years ago. What's the best advice you can give someone starting out? Something that you're like, "Oh man, I did this and that was really stupid."
Whether it's on this topic or just something that you
Right.
know.
Yeah, because again,
This
this is out there for all the world to see. This will live in infamy. What's the best advice you can give someone starting out?
Sign up to the Success Academy
Right.
and
It checks in the mail, Danny.
know your HHR. Like know what you're charging. Don't go by another like the competition price. Don't do that. Know what you need to charge, because if you don't, then you're gonna be doing this for nothing.
Dead man plumbing.
So
Okay.
No one need to charge.
get out into construction.
Yeah.
Get under construction. All right. What about you guys, Ron or Matt?
So for me is don't go cheap on the things that put you out there. And what I mean by that is your logo, and make sure you're spending money the right way as far as advertising and things and don't be afraid to spend it, because that money will come back as long as you pay attention to it, or you have a beautiful wife like I do that really pays attention to it. And then we just do what she says, and then everything's good, right?
I have one of those too. In fact, everyone in this room has one of those. Being transparent here, we are all PPCs, plumbing power couples, meaning we are in business, have been with our better others, which has helped a lot.
Yes.
Yes. Good one, Ron.
Good. How about you, Matt?
Yeah, so I would say, it's a combination of really three things, which I've all learned from you two, as well as your Success Academy. Another pitch for you, but really it is 100% worth it. But number one, non-negotiables, you got to have them. Number two, core values, you got to have them, but believe in them. They're not just words on a paper. And your team has to, whether it may only be you in a van now or you and another guy, but you got to plan ahead. So you got to have those core values, and you only hire people that fit those core values. And number three is, in order to create a raving fan, it costs money. Okay. And in order to have the money to spend to get that raving fan, you have to charge accordingly. You are not taking advantage of nobody by charging what it costs for you to be in business. You're not. You're not there to provide a simple solution, permanent solutions, so that they can go on with their lives. And if something is to happen, you charge enough that you have money in the bank to come back and take care of the warranty that you gave them.
Perfect.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
Love that.
All
Ashley
right.
says, fall forward. If you don't know what that means, learn that quick.
That's right.
That's the better half of GI plumbing right there.
Right.
The smart half.
The smart one. Okay, you can say that. Build your brand, build brand, up your value, be professional, Toby said. Of course. And I know, Ron, you said too, but yeah, your branding is important. Guys, you start out with some clip art on the side of your truck, and your value just goes down.
Piece of crap.
Yes.
Yeah.
And all these guys have rebranded. Yeah, all you guys did. Two with Kick Charge and then one with Prolific, right?
You know, this
Yeah.
you know, there's just like in professional sports, you got to be play with the pros to be in the majors. You got to major up. You know, this is professional plumbing. This isn't hack plumbing.
Right.
And especially when we're talking about creating raving fans. Think about the fans that are in the stands, of your favorite team or whatever. And what are they raving about? Are they raving about because they're a bunch of losers and look like a bunch of hacks playing ball or whatever? They got cheapest tickets.
Up in the nosebleeds.
They're in love with it. They're in love with their team.
Right.
And that's what we want to create. Oh, guys, lots of nuggets of gold here.
Lots of nuggets of gold. Love it, guys.
Hey, thanks for sharing. Thanks for taking your time. I know Mondays are busy and long days. Thank you for taking your evening to hang out with us and to share your knowledge. Appreciate it, guys.
Do appreciate it.
No,
We appreciate you
We're here
guys
for the
having me
industry.
on here. Dream come true.
there you go.
All right, yeah. You can mark that off.
That's his
Check that off
bucket
your bucket list, right?
Bucket list checked.
All
We
right,
need
guys.
to get him a new bucket list.
Yeah, we do need.
All right, we'll work on that next session, Matt.
All right, guys.
All right,
Hey,
guys.
hang out in the green room. We'll be
Yes,
with you.
we'll be with you in a
just
second.
a little bit here. Want to be
Okay.
able to talk a little
Sounds
bit.
good.
All
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Okay,
There you
I
have it,
love
the
our
Masters.
Masters edition.
It's
always
hey
fun.
gang, these guys, if you're truly serious about, building your plumbing business, look, these guys where you were at, okay? And they're now beyond. okay, and,
Yes.
and going beyond.
And they went through all the tough stuff in the beginning.
Right.
You know, and we're with them through a lot of that, and it's hard. Owning a plumbing business and starting a plumbing business is difficult. It's not for the weak of heart. If it were easy,
Everyone doesn't get
would do
a
it.
everyone doesn't get a trophy.
they do not,
You know?
right? But you got to
Okay.
decide. You got to decide up here that that's what you want, and as
Right.
long as you decide and not give up, you will succeed.
And we know
You
these,
just will.
these are, happen to be our clients, personal clients as well. And so we know these guys and we know their stories. And I know each one of these guys are very talented, very smart, talented plumbers, but they're humble.
Yes.
So I know that they would have no problem saying that, hey, if we can do it, you can do it.
Absolutely.
But it's doing the right things. Okay?
And then and when you do the wrong thing, you fix it and you move on and you keep going. You don't give up.
That's where Ashley mentioned that's where the term came. You fall forward. As long as you're falling forward, you got to be moving. So
Movement
make
is
that
life.
decision. Fall forward. If you try something new for customers and it's not well taken, like one of the things we did with our customers to create raving
goodness.
fans to make our guys different. I got these silver briefcases and the foam, and so they could put their a flashlight and the channel locks. And
Instead of their tool bag.
Instead of their tool bag for initially when you go in, so they look all fancy. Well, my guys rebelled at that point. Okay, so you will find one. So that didn't work. Okay, so I adapted.
I am not carrying in a silver briefcase.
Also, we handed out Mary Kay.
Mary Kay bag.
And the guys, cute little pink bags with bows and all that tied up, and the guys, and we even had to say hand it out to Mr. Jones for the
Right.
lady of the house. So the guys always felt awkward, but we did that at work.
We
The
did,
guys would
yeah.
do that. So I had to, you just all right.
I like the Taco Tuesday idea.
That is a great.
That is, yeah. I
That-
want to see pictures
Right.
of the guys with the sombrero and
Right.
the maracas.
But the key, you see, in all their things, you hear it's just stuff that just loves the customer. It's something different.
Yes.
Okay, it ain't about plumbing.
Give them that experience.
That's right. It's an experience.
unique
You're not there to
experience.
fix plumbing. You're there to provide an experience.
Right.
And so it's along that mindset of like Taco Tuesday, of how Danny said, when they come back and they, you ever have the customer saying, well, they're only 400 water heaters, only $400 at Home Depot. Well, ours was free. I didn't charge for the water heater. I charged you for getting taking care of you today, our service and the warranty and everything that comes with it. That's the mindset.
Yes.
Okay, and that's how you create raving fans.
Yep.
So love it. Great stuff there.
Yes.
Hey, go back and listen to these guys. Listen between the lines. Okay.
They're very smart, and I'm just looking at comments here.
Right.
Yeah, thanks everybody's loving the show. So
Good.
I think Masters are one of our most popular.
Right. Hey, these guys are in the trenches right now with you, so they understand. Okay.
Yep.
So listen to these guys. So
But they also threw us a bone.
they mentioned the Success Academy, and that's a good segue too. If you're serious about growing your plumbing business, look, I've made it simple for you. Okay. Little plug here, and it's
kind of a
$1
big
Million
plug.
Plumber Success Academy. All right, and in it, I've laid out everything you need to know, just in bite-sized modules. Okay, I've laid it out so there's a lot there to grasp. I've laid it out purposely so that you can grasp it, you can consume it. All right, and then you can put it into play, and then everything builds on itself. It's like plumbing a house. You got the first rough, second rough, finish, and there's even things in between. Right, the same thing goes with building your plumbing business. Okay, and I laid it out, made it easy for you. Okay, and you can check it out. I'm going to hook you. All right, 14-day free trial. Okay, so it
You'll
won't even
never wanna
cost you
leave.
anything. You can get in there and see the first module which they talk about building your honest hourly rate.
Very first
so
module.
So you learn that right off the bat. Okay, so simply type success in the comments or go to themilliondollarplumber.com/success. All right, grab your 14-day free trial now. All right, again, thank you for our masters. All right, and thank you to you for joining us. And as always, before I let you go, I want to remind you that you were purposely, wonderfully created. You were created to do great things. So plumb like a champion.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to Potty Talk Live with Richard Bainey, the $1 Million Plumber. If you enjoyed this show, share it now.
Just do it.
To catch past episodes and get alerts for new episodes, turn notifications on now. And join us again for more tips, techniques, and strategies to help you grow your plumbing business.